The camera opens on a bright, fancy dining room. A long table, expensive plates, crystal glasses. In the corner of the frame, a maid stands quietly, holding a tray. Her name is Grace. Her hands are shaking. Sophie, the rich lady of the house, looks at her with cold eyes. Sophie snaps. How many times do I have to tell you? You don't eat here. You're the maid. Grace whispers, Madam, I have been working since morning. Can I please just eat a little? I didn't have breakfast. Sophie steps closer, voice full of disgust. You want to sit at my table? With my guests? People like you should eat in the garage, next to the mop and dustbin. That's your place. She points to the door. Mia, Sophie's 10-year-old daughter, is standing by the stairs, watching. Her eyes fill with tears. Grace looks at the floor. She bites her lip. She nods slowly. Sophie turns away and says loudly, Now hurry up. The guests will be here soon. And remember, you eat in the garage. Not here. The camera follows Grace as she walks toward the dark garage with her plate. Narrator, have you ever seen someone treated like this? If you were in Grace's place, what would you do? Fade out. Morning sunlight enters the big white house. Everything looks perfect. Marble floors, big chandelier, expensive paintings. But inside there are two worlds. In one world, there is Sophie Carter, rich, stylish, always dressed in fancy clothes. She talks fast, shouts faster. She cares a lot about what people think. In the other world, there is Grace, the maid, simple clothes, old shoes. She wakes up before everyone and sleeps after everyone. She cleans, cooks, irons, washes. Daniel, Sophie's husband, is kind but always busy with office work. He is a company manager. He hopes for a promotion soon. Mia, their daughter, is soft-hearted. She talks nicely to everyone, even to the driver and the guard. That morning, Grace is in the kitchen. Steam from the pots makes her face shine with sweat. She stirs one pan with one hand and flips flatbread with the other. Mia comes in quietly and sits on a small stool. Mia smiles. Annie, Grace, did you eat? Grace smiles weakly. Not yet, Beta. First I finish your breakfast. Mia frowns. Mom says you should eat later, but that's not fair. Grace just smiles and pats Mia's head. It's okay. I'm used to it. Sophie walks in with high heels clicking on the tiles. Sophie in a sharp tone. Grace, why is the juice not on the table yet? And why is Mia sitting here? Go to the dining room, Mia. Mia hesitates. But Mom, Annie, Grace didn't. Sophie cuts her off. Mia, now. Mia looks at Grace with sad eyes and leaves. Daniel is at the dining table, reading something on his phone. Daniel asks, Everything okay, Sophie? Sophie sighs loudly. Everything is on my shoulders, Daniel. I'm planning tonight's dinner for your promotion. The Carsons, the Canes, your boss. Everyone is coming. I want it to be perfect. No mistakes, especially from her. She glares toward the kitchen. Daniel nods, half distracted. Yeah, tonight is important. Sophie says, important? It's everything. If your boss is impressed, you might become director. We will be above everyone we know. I don't want this house to look cheap. And the maid should remember her place. The narrator speaks softly. In this house, money had a golden chair at the table, but kindness was slowly being pushed out. As the camera pulls back, we see Grace alone in the kitchen, eating a small dry piece of bread in the corner, standing, because she has no time to sit. She looks at the grand dining room in silence. Narrator, she works in that house, but she is treated like she doesn't belong to it. The shot ends with Sophie checking a list. Sophie says to herself, Tonight, no one will judge me. Everything will be perfect. She has no idea what is coming. Evening. The house is glowing with lights. The dining table is set beautifully. Candles, flowers, silver spoons. Grace is running from kitchen to dining room, carrying dishes, roasted chicken, fresh bread, soup, salad. Everything smells amazing. Sophie walked behind her, watching every step. Sophie snaps, Careful, Grace. If you drop even one plate, you're fired. Do you understand? Grace nods. Yes, madam. Mia comes down the stairs in a nice dress. She looks at the table and then at Grace. Mia whispers, "It smells so good. Auntie Grace, did you make all this?" Grace smiles. "Most of it, yes." Mia beams. "You're the best cook I know." Sophie hears this and gets angry. Sophie, in front of them both, "No, Mia. I chose the menu. I gave instructions. She just followed them. Don't make it sound like she did everything." Grace looks down again. Mia quietly says, "Sorry, Mom." The doorbell rings. Guests start arriving. Rich ladies in shining dresses. Men in suits. Laughter fills the house. Daniel greets them. "Welcome, welcome. Come in." Mr. Kane, Daniel's boss, arrives with his wife. Mr. Kane says, "Big day, Daniel. Let's see how you host." Daniel smiles nervously. "We prepared a special dinner for you." In the kitchen, Grace is tired. Her back hurts. Her hands are red from hot pans and washing. She looks at the clock. She still hasn't eaten. Her stomach growls. She quietly puts some rice and curry on a simple plate and is about to sit on a small stool in the corner of the kitchen. At that moment, Sophie walks in. Sophie's eyes go wide. "What do you think you're doing?" Grace stammers, "And madam, I haven't eaten all day. I thought maybe I could quickly." Sophie cuts her off, voice sharp like a knife. "With which permission? In my kitchen? On my time? Guests are here and you're sitting to eat?" Grace stands up quickly, almost dropping the plate. Grace whispers, "I'm sorry. I'll eat later." Sophie walks closer, her voice cold but loud. "No. If you want to eat, you can eat in the garage, with the tools and the garbage bags. That's where you belong." Her words hit like a slap. Mia is standing near the door, hidden, watching. Her eyes are wide with shock. Grace's hands shake. A tear falls on the plate. Grace softly says, "The garage is very dusty, madam. There are rats sometimes. Please, Sophie raises her voice. "Do you want this job or not?" Silence. Grace clutches her plate. She nods, tears rolling down. Sophie opens the back door and points. "Go. Eat there. And don't come out until I call you to clean." The camera follows Grace as she walks through a narrow passage. She pushes open the garage door. Inside, there's a broken chair, old boxes, a mop bucket. It's dark and smells of oil and dust. Grace sits on an upturned crate. She wipes her tears with the back of her hand. Her food is getting cold. In the main house, guests are laughing. Music is playing softly. Mia slips into garage quietly. Mia whispers, "Auntie Grace?" Grace quickly wipes her face. "Oh, Mia, why are you here? Your mother will be angry." Mia's voice breaks. "Why is she so mean to you? You work so hard. You are like family to me." Grace smiles sadly. Some people think money makes them bigger. Maybe one day they will learn. Don't hate her, okay? Just don't become like her. Mia nods, eyes shiny with tears. She looks down at the dusty floor, then back at Grace's plate. Mia says softly, "You should eat at the table with us. You made all the food." Grace shakes her head. That will never happen. Mia suddenly remembers something. Her eyes light up. "There's a small camera in the kitchen," she whispers. "Dad put it there to check if gas is off at night. It records everything." Grace looks confused. "Camera?" Mia nods. "It saw Mom shouting at you." The narrator leans into the viewers. "Have you ever wished the truth could be seen by everyone at once?" Mia holds Grace's hand. "I don't like what she did. I'm going to tell Dad." Grace gets scared. "No, Mia, don't make trouble. It's okay." But Mia's jaw is tight. She quietly says, "It's not okay." The camera cuts to the dining room. Everyone is now seated. Sophie smiles big and fake. Sophie claps her hands. "Everyone, please sit. Dinner is ready. I planned everything myself." Mr. Kane laughs. "Well then, Sophie, we expect something grand." Sophie lifts her chin proudly. But Mia walks in and looks at her dad with serious eyes. Mia whispers to Daniel, "Dad, I need to show you something. Now." The chapter ends with Daniel's confused face as Mia tugs at his sleeve. Cliffhanger. Daniel follows Mia to the kitchen. Mia points at the small security screen on the wall. It's connected to the kitchen camera. Mia says, voice shaking, "Dad, look." They rewind the footage just a little. The screen shows Sophie shouting at Grace. "You don't eat here. People like you should eat in the garage." They see Grace's tears, her shaking hands, the way she holds the plate and walks out. Daniel's face changes. His jaw tightens. His eyes fill with shame and anger. Daniel whispers, She sent her to eat in the garage?" Mia nods. "Dad, it's not the first time." Daniel takes a deep breath. His hands form fists, then relax. The narrator speaks. "Sometimes karma begins not outside the house, but at your own dinner table." Back in the dining room, everyone has started eating. Mr. Kane smiles. "This food is excellent. Which chef did you hire?" Sophie smiles proudly. "Oh, just our maid. I taught her everything. But the planning, the taste, the presentation, it's all me." At that very moment, Daniel walks in with Mia beside him. His face is serious. Daniel says loudly, "Actually, that's not true." The room falls silent. Forks stop moving. Sophie frowns. "Daniel, what are you talking about?" Daniel looks at all the guests, then at Mr. Kane. Daniel says, "This dinner, all these dishes were made by Grace, our maid, alone, and the way she was treated tonight was shameful." Sophie's eyes widen. "Daniel, not now. We can talk later." Daniel shakes his head. "No, we will talk now. Everyone should know what really happens in this house." He picks up the small screen from the kitchen counter. It shows the pause video. He turns it toward the table and hits play. Everyone watches as Sophie shouts, "You can eat in the garage. That's where you belong." Then they see Grace's tears. They see Mia's small face in the corner, shocked. A heavy silence falls. Mr. Kane's wife gasps, "Oh my God!" Mr. Kane looks disappointed. "Sophie, is this how you treat the people who work for you?" Sophie's face turns pale. She starts shaking. Sophie stammers, I was just stressed. You don't understand. It was a big night and she..." Mia suddenly speaks inside, her voice tiny but clear. "She works harder than all of us, Mom. She never sits. She never eats with us. You always make her feel small." All eyes are on Sophie. Sophie looks around. Her perfect image is cracking in front of everyone. Her eyes fill with tears. Her voice drops. I didn't think it looked that bad." Mr. Kane says calmly but firmly, "It doesn't just look bad, Sophie. It is bad. My mother was a maid once. People treated her like this too. I thought times had changed." Sophie's lips tremble. She didn't know. Daniel calls out, "Grace, please come here." The whole room turns toward the doorway. Grace stands there in the same simple clothes, still holding her half-eaten plate from the garage. She looks confused and scared. Grace whispers, "Yes, sir?" Daniel walks toward her. His voice is full of respect. "Grace, I'm so sorry. I should have seen this earlier. You are not a servant to be pushed into a garage. You are the reason this house runs." Daniel turns to the guests. Daniel says, "From today, Grace will not eat in the kitchen or the garage. She will eat at the table. Our table." Gasps. Sophie stares. "What?" "Daniel, you can't." Daniel looks at her with pain in his eyes. "I can, and I will, because this is my house too. And I won't let cruelty live here anymore." He gently takes a plate from Grace's hands and places it on the dining table. He pulls out a chair. Daniel says softly, "Please sit, Grace." Grace's hands shake. Tears fill her eyes. Grace whispers, "Sir, I can't. I'm just a maid." Mr. Kane speaks up, "No. Tonight, you are the chef who fed us. And you deserve more respect than someone who only cares about how things looked." He looks at Sophie when he says that. Mia runs and hugs Grace's waist. "Please sit, Annie. For me." Slowly, Grace sits down, still unsure, still crying quietly. Sophie watches, her heart pounding. the woman who she pushed into the garage, is now sitting at her perfect dinner table, in front of all her rich guests. Karma has come. Mr. Kane turns to Daniel. A leader who respects his workers. That's the kind of man I want in my company. We'll talk about your promotion tomorrow. Daniel nods, emotional. Thank you, sir. Sophie's eyes fill with shame. Her cheeks burn red. She looks at Grace and whispers, voice breaking. Grace? I'm sorry. I was wrong. I was cruel. Please forgive me. Grace looks at her for a long moment. Then she says softly, I forgive you, madam, but please never make anyone feel less than human again. A single tear rolls down Sophie's face. She nods. I won't. The narrator speaks as the camera pulls back from the table. At that dinner table, the plates were the same. The food was the same. The candles burned the same. But one big thing changed. Respect was finally served. We see Mia smiling through tears. Daniel relieved. Grace still shaking, but now sitting at the table, not outside the door. Sophie looks down at her plate, thinking about her words, her actions, her heart. Never forget, the person who serves you is not below you. One day, your money, your status, your fancy table might mean nothing, but the way you treated people will always come back to you. Respect is the real richness. And karma never misses a dinner. Thinking.